See how this one is burnt all the way and none of the surrounding wood is burnt? This is all visible from right here at the road. This is the remnants of the shot heard round the world for those with ears to hear, which means it wasn't heard by most. Here it is as we're walking up on it. And here, that's the dividing line. It looks like someone has come with a saw and cut them off here and there. But as you can see, completely unburnt and dry. Right there's the dividing line. This one also has the evidence, the burn signature of the plasma fires, the unburned areas, including here, and here, and even right here. Yet it's part of the same tree, and what happens is the electricity comes from the ground, and it latches onto this one and it grounds, just like a lightning bolt or an electricity finds a ground. It finds this as the ground and leaves that one untouched, and it burns flamelessly, or this burning to the extent that it did would have had flames reaching up and burning that, but it didn't. So you can see this log, that log, and this one were probably part of what was cut from here. And I'm gonna go and show you this log here in just a sec, right now. So here's the tree from the back side. You can see the unburned area right next to the burn. And here's this log on the ground with the same burn pattern. Fire doesn't do this. The burn, unburned pattern. It goes all the way up this log. In fact, I might be keeping this one. It still looks like it's connected to the tree right there. But yeah, this one's pretty cool. You can see the highly burnt spots right on the end. The knot right here, which is where the wood is more dense. More fibers leading to that spot. And yeah, you can see all the burn, unburn in here, here. And this is all right next to a thoroughfare. That's US Highway 6 leading up Spanish Fort Canyon, and it's got traffic all day, every day. But none of them seem to notice this tree, half of it burned and half of it's unburned. That's part of the cognitive dissonance thing. Here you can see all the wood shavings, right? All the wood shavings from whoever came and cut this down. And here's a question, why did they do that? Probably to keep people from noticing. Because the indications and the implications of what it is you're seeing here means we're in the midst of a war. Everything from Paradise, California, to the Notre Dame Cathedral, to the fires in Australia, are all part of this same war that's going on between forces that are beyond, out of our worldview. This scene right here is out of this world. A burnt tree that's hooked right to the other burnt tree, yet nothing around it burned. And this thing burned so hot it burned it right down to the nub. This used to be a tree just as big as this. This is out of this world, and we are in the midst of an ongoing war between factions that use this type of technology to strike at one another. And that is what happened in Paradise, California, on the Notre Dame Cathedral, and in the Australian brush fires. Those with ears to hear know that we are in the midst of this war. All these people driving by, they don't know, they don't see it. And if they did, they would put it out of their mind because they cannot emotionally process what they're seeing here. So they cannot mentally wrap their mind around it. You can only conceive or perceive that which you can emotionally process. And that's probably why whoever came here and cut down this tree did it to keep people asleep. So they won't look at this and go, wow, how did half a tree burn so hard? Yet the other half of the tree is completely untouched. And all the trees around it are completely untouched. Huh, how did that happen? So of those two stumps over here, this is what was one of them. This one was sticking out, that stump right there. And this one that was cut right there was sticking out the other stump. There's two stumps right there. This was sticking out one, that was sticking out the other. And it would have made it very obvious when you have those two right there, and this third one right next to this unburnt tree. That's why they cut it down. To keep you asleep. These two stumps had this branch and this branch sticking out of them while this whole tree remains untouched, yet these two and that one burnt to the extent that they did. Makes it a little too obvious, even to the most absent-minded person, that fire doesn't do that. Fire doesn't do any of this. Whoa. So we had these two, well, 1, 2, and a third one. It looks like this one might have had a branch sticking out this way off the end of it, right here. And that might be one of these. Not sure which one that is. Either way, the point is pretty clear. That branch was sticking off of the base of the same tree as this branch, and we have this one completely unburnt. And the reason someone came up and cut those off is to keep the public from noticing. That's not a conspiracy theory, that's the reality. That's the pile of wood shavings. And this is why they clear cut all the trees on both sides of the road going into Paradise, California for about 1,000 feet on both sides of the road. People said, oh, it's for 5G, to make sure that the trees don't interfere with the 5G that they want to put in. No, it's to keep the people from seeing things like this and saying, wait a minute, that was microwave, that's electricity. Even the average layperson can see that. Electricity struck like a lightning bolt, burning 2 or 3 of these limbs from the inside and leaving the 4th one untouched. all of the spotty burning on this wood, where it has the unburnt spots, right there in the middle of the highly burnt, all over the base. The reason they cut this tree was to keep people from noticing. That's the reason they cut all the trees in Paradise, California after that fire on both sides of the road.